Sega.
Hi, I'm Jeff Beckham, Associate Brand Manager at Sega, and I'd like to welcome you back to Part 8 of our training series for Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. In this video, we will cover two heavyweights, Wolf and Jeffrey. Known for his high damage throws and combos, the pro wrestler Wolf Hawkfield is feared by many. What he lacks in speed, he makes up for with sheer strength. One wrong guess by the opponent and they will watch half of their life bar disappear instantly. Wolf arguably possesses the best throws in the game and is the only character in Final Showdown with a throw damage of 100 points. Your success is determined by how well you can either throw your opponent or instill the fear of a throw into them. Even experienced players will respect Wolf's throw game, so be sure to use it to your advantage. For beginners, it is recommended to make use of jabs to set up throws. Against conservative opponents who tend to take things slow and play it safe, this is a very useful method to put them in a panic. Occasionally you might want to use standing punch more than once before going for a throw. Here, Wolf taps guard after the first punch to reset the string, then performs a second standing punch. This added pressure can sometimes be used to make the opponent nervous and counter with a low attack. If you anticipate your opponent will try to counter with a low, instead of tapping guard after the first punch, finish off the string by hitting forward punch, punch. Another way to catch your opponent off guard and land a throw is to guard their strings and wait for an opportunity to counter hit them with a low punch. Even if you catch your opponent with a low punch counter hit, they can still attack out of disadvantage to stop your throw. This is another key opportunity where reading your opponent can work in your favor. If you anticipate your opponent will attack out of disadvantage to stop your throw, use Wolf's knee lift to knock them down instead. Experienced players might also want to use Wolf's screw hook instead of the knee lift, since it is safer if guarded and is a half-circular attack. Wolf is one of the few characters in Final Showdown who has the ability to throw a crouched opponent. Be sure to take advantage of low throw opportunities, like when you think the opponent will try to duck, or after you successfully guard a heavy low attack. From mid-range, Wolf has a few very useful tools that can be used to antagonize the opponent. The first one is his body blow, which can be performed by pressing forward and punch. Pressing punch after the body blow will knock down a crouching opponent with a mid-attack, but this should be used sparingly as it will leave Wolf at a medium disadvantage if guarded. Pressing punch plus kick after the body blow will complete the string with Wolf's rolling back elbow. It is safe even if the opponent guards it, but can be crouched under, so again, use it sparingly. Most of the time you will only want to perform the body blow on its own, and save the follow-ups for when you feel the opponent will try to attack you afterward. Briefly mentioned earlier, the screw hook is a powerful move in Wolf's arsenal. It is a special mid, meaning it will force an opponent defending with a ducking guard to stand up, and its follow-up will then knock them down. On guard, the second hit pushes the opponent far enough away that the opponent cannot retaliate quickly enough to put Wolf in a bad situation. Opponents in fear of being pushed away after the screw hook follow-up might try one of two things. The first is to duck, in which case you can take advantage by performing a low throw instead of the follow-up. The second is a low attack. Try using the bounding elbow here to change their mind. Wolf's deadly move is a great attack from mid-distance versus a guarding opponent. To perform it, hold either back or forward punch plus kick plus guard, and Wolf will start to run. During this run, Wolf has a few options. For now, we will briefly discuss three of them. By pressing punch during deadly move, Wolf will perform a clothesline. This attack is high but will knock down an opponent defending with a standing guard. By pressing kick during deadly move, Wolf will perform his jumping knee, which is a mid and will give him an enormous advantage on normal or counter hit, allowing him to follow up with forward punch plus kick for a combo. and by pressing punch plus guard during deadly move, Wolf will throw the opponent up into the air and can follow with a combo. Here are a few combos from Wolf's heavy middle kick, which will crumple on normal or counter hit. Now on to Jeffrey. Using the ancient Greek fighting art of pancratium, the Australian mariner Jeffrey McWild puts fear into his adversaries with brutal attacks and throws. Pancratium is one of the oldest known martial arts in history and has influenced countless modern-day forms of combat. Jeffrey's style revolves around quick, delayable two-hit strings, many of which will either knock the opponent down on the second hit or leave them at a disadvantage. In order to use these strings effectively, watching your opponent's tendencies is crucial. If they like to hit back after guarding the first hit, then finish the string. If they tend to wait for the second hit, then try switching up your attacks to avoid giving the advantage back to your opponent. Your goal with these strings should be to get your opponent to respect the follow-ups so you can open them up for other tactics. Mixing it up well will make you tougher to read and will keep the opponent from taking advantage of the situation. Versus opponents that tend to guard a lot, it is recommended to use jabs as throw setups to soften them up. After a few successful throws, your opponent might be more inclined to attack out of fear, which means it's a good time to use your strings. New to Final Showdown is Jeffrey's vertical upper string. The second hit will turn opponents sideways on normal or counter hit, so be sure to add this to your repertoire. Once you are able to get your opponent into this type of side turn situation, use Jeffrey's torpedo headbutt if you think they will attack again, or throw them if you think they will guard. If you manage to land the torpedo headbutt from a side turn situation, you will have a very large combo opportunity, so be sure to capitalize. Jeffrey's threat stance has also been improved in Final Showdown. To enter threat stance, tap punch, kick, and guard at the same time, and Jeffrey will yell and attack with a high strike. From here you have a variety of options, but be warned that if you don't attack immediately, Jeffrey will pound his chest and will be vulnerable to an attack. By entering threat stance and pressing punch, Jeffrey can deliver either one or two mid-strikes. The first hit will stagger a crouching opponent, and the second one will knock them down. Another option from threat stance is Jeffrey's hit throw from kick. Similar to the last move, this one should be used versus an opponent you feel will try to attack immediately or crouch. To successfully complete the follow-up knee attack, you must press punch plus guard the moment Jeffrey's foot makes contact with the opponent. For opponents that tend to guard after seeing threat stance, you can use this heavy mid attack as a way to stagger them, even if they are guarding. As you can see, threat stance is most useful when the opponent is least expecting it. Here are a few combos from Jeffrey's knee attack. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Beckham from Sega, and I'll see you at the next session.